This is your home for the Trojans. Girard Sports Live.
Snap and leans forward, and that's touchdown number 4 for Scott Moore.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net.
Brooks, throw over to Adolph, quickly down inside, wrap around Bowman, found herself in the right place, foul, and the bucket!
He'll try a 3 and hits. Adolph with it up top, being guarded by Gass. Girard down the lane, off the glass, and good. Nice instinct by Adolph to just take it to the bucket.
Fielded on the short hop, fires this one across. Able to throw the runner out by a step and a half.
Pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
And good Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. And good Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium on the side of today's triangular matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Prairie View Buffaloes and the Columbus Titans. A good wrestling pair of duels coming your way in just a little bit here on Girard Sports Live. You see the boys wrestling and warming up really on both mats right now, but the mat to the top of your screen is going to be your boys mat for this duel, this double duel, or triangular, I guess. And then the bottom mat here on your screen will be for the ladies, and they will run simultaneously. We'll have Girard against Prairie View, and then Prairie View and Columbus, and then Girard against Columbus in the setup for today's triangular. And then within that, we're going to be sprinkling in members wrestling from the Girard Youth Wrestling Club. This is kind of a new event over the last couple of years that the Trojans have established here for this opening duel. And so we're going to get to see the future, the present, and of this Girard Trojan wrestling program that is pretty young in its beginnings here, but has really started to come on a little bit. Joining me here tonight on the broadcast, Caleb Humble. Got a chance to hear him on Tuesday as Caleb's stepping in here, Girard Trojan Senior. Learn a little bit about broadcasting, so you'll hear a little bit from Caleb tonight. And then Mike Reese going to join us on the broadcast here. Mike, a community member and a coach of the youth program, and has a kiddo wrestling in this event here today. And Mike, we'll talk about that, just the wrestling program in general here in Girard. We'll probably talk a bit about it tonight as we go through these youth wrestlers and then we are starting to see now at the high school level the maturation of that youth program, and just talk about how important that is to have that pipeline running K through 12.
Yeah, BJ, it's I was on the ground level starting the youth club with Coach Reek when he came over, so it's been big to have that program so we can feed into our middle school and high school. It's hard to build starting from scratch a good program and get it going at the high school level. So that youth program has grown over these last few years, and I think we're seeing it now. We're getting some of those kids that started in that program that are getting into the high school level and really helping the high school team. So
yeah, and as we'll talk about this, it's odd because schools have had wrestling for years, decades and decades. Even around here, the schools have had wrestling, and we talk about it being so new because it is, but this was a town that was obviously hungry for it.
Right.
This is a school district that over the years, we've talked about that as guys for years and years, like that guy would have been a state champion, that guy would have made state in wrestling had we had it, and now we do have it, and now we're starting to see these guys maybe have a chance. We've sent some girls to the state tournament, sent some boys to the state tournament. Don't have that winner yet, but man, we've been close.
Yeah, well, we did. We had Kaylin. She won McAtee last year.
Yep.
But yeah, we want to get to that point, like the Columbuses and Paolas of the area that have those programs that grandpa, dad, brother, they all wrestled coming up, and we're going to get there. It takes time. I've known Coach Reek for a long time, and he built Pittsburgh's program up when he came over, and built them up pretty good, and it took them time. So we will get there. We have some good kids on the squad, and hopefully some good ones coming up.
And we are here for some wrestling tonight. We'll have boys and girls basketball tomorrow as the Trojans host Parsons Vikings. We'll watch that right here on Girard Sports Live as well. We are in the midst of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show leading up to 5 o'clock first match. They'll get through the pomp and circumstance and introductions and all that stuff, and then we'll be underway here from Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon, pick up your very own Girard Trojan. Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at mybankcmb.com. And of course, you can see there at the top of your screen tonight's broadcast and every broadcast presented by Croccan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Croccan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Croccan has to offer at ckt.net. We'll have plenty of breaks here tonight. This again, triangular format. The Trojans will wrestle first against Prairie View. We'll have the boys at the top of your screen, the girls at the bottom of your screen, and then the boys, then there'll be Prairie View and Columbus. We'll probably let that roll, and then we'll come back for our Trojans against the Titans in the nightcap for this action. We'll have those youth matches as well. All that coming your way here tonight on your own Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Croccan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Croccan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years, with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss.
A Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
BJ Harris, Caleb Humble, Mike Reese back out here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. We are battling a little bit of a computer issue. If you lose us, we're going to battle back, and we will get back on the air. It just may take us just a minute here as we're battling through a little bit. Matt's empty right now. You see those youngsters out there getting a little warm up in. You get a preview of what we'll see tonight as well as we roll on through here. Again, the Girard Trojans hosting tonight's triangular. And Mike, we'll go back to you here. If these kids, this Girard will start on the boys' side of things in the Trojan boys wrestling program. Looking at that roster, not a lot of seniors on this team, and wrestling's a hard sport. So if you make it all the way to 4 years, you're doing something. But what do you know of the Trojan boys? What do you expect here tonight? All right. There we go, boys. Now we're back on. You can hear us. You can see it. Somehow we manage. And we've got, again, exhibition matches happening here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium here as the Girard Trojans host the Prairie View Buffaloes and the Columbus Titans in a triangular here, early going of the wrestling season. BJ Harris with you alongside me, Caleb Humble and Mike Reese. Mike, bring you back in here. It's early wrestling season. You know, what's that like getting ready for these matches and making sure you're physically fit to begin this grueling wrestling season?
Yeah, a lot of these kids are coming off of football or another sport, and it's a totally different conditioning for these guys. So this is, getting in this first action, getting the cobwebs, kind of blown out, and they're going to feel it. It's gonna tax them here. So, but this is good for them. It's just like in football, other sports. You've been beating up on each other for 3 weeks now, so it's time to go after somebody else.
And we've got your youth match in the bottom of your screen, and it's a good one really going on over here. We weren't able to get the scores up there, but right now on this top mat, it's 3-3 and a pin forthcoming. Boy, it can happen about that fast, too. You feel like you're in a pretty good spot, and then bam.
You can be in a bad position really quick.
Definitely sounds like a wrestling tournament here inside Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. This place packs in the noise. I've been here when it's its loudest. Get over here to our youngsters on mat. Call it the north mat, or the east mat, the west mat. That's what we got here. Right and left as you watch it on your radio dial.
Yeah, it's good we get these young kids involved in this, BJ. A lot of schools do this, and it's a great thing that these kids kind of get to be in front of the big lights in the high school setting. It's kind of cool.
So we've got the one high school exhibition done. That one came out with a nosebleed. Might be the most prevalent thing in wrestling is the bloody nose. Once we get the full duel going on, we'll have our rosters. We're hoping to get those from the scores table to be able to get you the actual matchups. Coaches, captains coming together right now as we speak over on the boys mat. See those guys meeting at the top right of your screen.
Prairie View comes in this duel. Looks like they got maybe close to a full team. I know we don't. But I'm not sure that they have any ranked wrestlers on this team. We have Storm Reef. He will be ranked early on the state, but kind of like early rankings, they don't mean much because some of these kids are still trying to make weight. So wrestling tonight, they may not be wrestling at the weight that they'll wrestle the rest of the year because they still have time to make that weight. So those wrestlings will kind of change during the course of the year.
Yeah, they've really loosened that up a little bit. It's not quite as stringent as it used to be. And I know Kansas wrestling has really changed. And Mike, we're going to see the girls here a little bit later on. When we were talking earlier before we went off the air, we talked about the one single state championship that Girard has, and that's on the girls' side of things. And I'd say the speed and the maturation of that side of wrestling has just exploded, especially here in the state of Kansas.
Yes, it has. I believe it is the fastest growing sport in Kansas, if not around the nation. It's just exploded over the past few years, which is great to see. So.
Our broadcast company has the opportunity to be the broadcast partner of the Kansas Shrine Duels, and so we send a crew out to Wichita and stream that event for the Kansas Shrine Bowl annually. And those last year, I would say in that all-star event, the girls' matches were as contentious And hands down, the best match of the entire event was the ladies' match.
Yeah,
was just flat, gruesome almost at points.
Yeah, these ladies are tough. Some of them are downright scary, to tell you the truth.
It's good. Again, just a little bit away. Looks like we're getting into our boys' action here on this top of your screen, Matt. Again, we'll do our best to track along with the scores for you, so you'll need to listen up if you want to know the score. As we weren't able to get that up on the screen. They've got two different mats going, two different scoreboards going, and so we're just going to try to keep it simple here and let you know what's going on. Again, we've got a youth match down here. We'll let that one continue on and get into our boys' action. Who do we got going on here in match number one? We don't know.
No, don't know.
I do believe that is Kyle.
Kyle Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a freshman this year coming in.
Yep.
But Caleb, won't you go down there and see about getting us some of those schedules and rosters if they got it, matchups?
All righty.
Well, let's see if you can get that track wrestling log in again from me because we didn't find it.
Johnson's going to go down 3-0 here to take down Prairie View. Got to try to work to his feet here, get his one escape. Johnson's doing a good job of collar tying here and kind of stuffing some shots, but I'd like to see some. Well, here's some offense out of him. Get his takedown for 3.
I always find it fascinating.
There we go.
Wow. Let's get it.
Settle there. There's the pin.
Pretty good start to this one, and I was getting ready to say the difference in style from the lightweights all the way up to the big boys.
Yeah.
And how much different. It's almost a different sport when you get to the bigger sizes compared to, the wiry guys and the different techniques that's taking place. We got a good one going on here over on our youth mat right now. Another Girard mat side wrestler getting a Columbus guy tangled up and getting some four
back
points for riding on that one.
Looks like there was a penalty on him. He didn't have an arm. He has to have an arm when he has a head, so he gets a penalty point for that. But he's up 13-1 right now.
What's up? Shorts of those just something that he'd look into, try to get.
All right. We'll go with what we got. We'll know what we know, and that's all we can do.
And it looks like we rolled right into the duel, but they didn't announce the lineups for us.
So we've got the first one underway here between Girard and Prairie View. Again, it'll be Girard and Prairie View in the first duel, Prairie View Columbus in the middle duel. We'll sort out all of our issues while that's happening, and then we'll have a good one here for the nightcap between Girard and Columbus in their duel. Again, girls will begin as well as soon as the mat side exhibitions are done. Those guys, there's a few more boys matches than girls matches, so they'll run those on the girls mat for the time being, and 2 more youngsters getting out there as we speak. Thank you.
So that was Kyle Johnson at 106 versus Malin from Prairie View in that last 106 match. And Johnson got the pin, and looks like we had Caden Gregory at our 113 spot, and Prairie View must have been open. So it looks like we're ready for 126. This will be Tyler McAtee for Girard, and could be a number of kids from Prairie View. They got 3 listed, so I'm not sure which one this is.
Again, this is a duel, so they are wrestling obviously one-on-one here and wrestling as a team as well. And so there's different ways to score.
McAtee's got a fight here. He fights off that shot attempt. No score there.
Well, you guys want to see it, I bet.
You know, McAtee comes in. He's a freshman, but he's like I said, he's the brother of Kaylin, who won state championship last year for us. And I'm sure in that household, he's took a bunch of lumps. He's a tough kid, tough and scrappy. So he's got a pretty good future coming ahead of him.
They could just keep pumping kiddos into this wrestling program. Plenty to come, I think, still. We talked about it already, begin things. I'm just beside myself to see wrestling happen inside this venue. I'm confident there have been state champions walking through these halls.
Yeah.
One of them came here and saw us. I think Dale Shireman was meant to wrestle probably.
Yeah,
He would have been good at that. In fact, that entire class of boys would have probably been a pretty good wrestling team. And,
Yep.
just missed out. But boy, good fighting, and that's what community can do. You can change the way things are going and get enough people rally behind it to make it happen. And then, Coach Reek his pedigree was already established when he got here. That was an incredible get, and he just exploded from that point on.
Yeah. Yeah, we're lucky to have him especially to get him to start a program. That was pretty big for us. So McAtee's he's the base down here and look to now we're still alive here. They changed the rules a couple years ago to more mirror the college rules. So wrestling at the edge of the mat is a little bit different. You only have to have 1 point in. So even though one wrestler may be out all the way, they can still get pinned. They can still get scored on. So you got to wrestle at the edge of the mat, just like you do in the center.
It's a big change, too, because that's something that it was almost a get out of jail, or you could get yourself out of a bind getting to the edge, and maybe not quite as available now. I'm glad they made some of those changes. I listened to those guys. Again, admittedly, I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about here necessarily, but listening to my broadcasters talk about the things, they really were happy about going to a more collegiate level in your scoring.
Yeah. Well, McAtee in a spladle here, but if he nice job working out of it. Now he's got into the pinning position. Got his 2 reversal. Should put McAtee up 5-2 there, but saved by the buzzer.
So 3-2 in favor of McAtee going to the second period.
Should be 5-2. We'll see if they change it. McAtee keep working here. He's going to get 3 back points against him. To keep fighting off that half. Like to see him pinch down there and get that head up. Get to his feet. And he keeps bringing them hips over, but yeah, there they got it changed. McAtee up 6-2 now. McAtee keeps turning into that, and the guy will get a single, but he needs the crossface there. But that kind of just lets that guy hang around, hang on that leg. He's got the right idea, but there's another spladle, and he's got that one in good. He gets the pin.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted to do.
Yeah, he tried that earlier, but he didn't have it quite as tight as that one.
So Girard wins the first one, and now that pin's going to count for more points in the dual total. So, but the first one ended a pin.
We had got a pin on the first one, and then open on the second one. So now at let's see, 132, we have Drake Smith, another freshman coming in, and again, this could be a couple different people from Prairie View. Looks like they have just everybody listed. So if you're from Prairie View, not sure who your kiddo is, but hopefully you do. And Drake's another one he's come up in the youth wrestling, spent a lot of time with Coach Reek. Should have a pretty bright career, pretty athletic kid, and wrestles pretty well. Gotta reach for that leg there, suck him up to you, and switch to a double. Get your takedown. Oh, great. Now he's sitting on that ankle, that near ankle. He's going to cut him loose and reestablish here. Scores 3-1 Smith. Nice slide by. Now 6-2. Another takedown for Smith. Another escape. Prairie View. Smith doing a good job on his takedowns, little misdirection, shooting from one leg and then capturing the other. It's now 12-3. Coming to the end of the first period here. Smith will choose to go neutral at the start of the second period here. Another double for 3. Now it's 15-3, and now he's deciding he's going to finish it here, 10. I said that's Smith has a bright future. He's been pretty good at the youth level, and he's going to do some good things in his high school career. So
Yep, he comes from pretty good stock. Mom just went into the Pittsburgh State Hall of Fame, and dad was pretty good in his own right back in the day. At least when I played with Little League football with Dustin. The 89 Bears team, I think we had.
who was the refrigerator Perry?
That, honestly,
We don't know.
I don't think you have to guess too hard on
Okay.
that one.
So now up we have Storm Reek at 138. And again, a couple different kids they got listed. Storm is returning 2-time state placer, and he's ranked at 132 right now, but I'm sure after they get weights and stuff figured out, he'll be ranked at 138. He's looking to have a pretty big year this year. He was strapped with some health issues last year that he didn't wrestle till later on in the season, but still had a good showing at state, made the podium, and looking to place again. But of course, when you've been wrestling since you were in diapers, you know.
Might have it down.
Well, he's got a little blood time here.
Looks like we're getting the ladies' duel started as the captains are meeting on your screen to sort this one out. And the boys will get back after it after we get the blood squared away. Okay, we got 3 matches or 3 duels altogether. Girard against Prairie View here. This first one, Prairie View and Columbus will match up in the second duel. And then Girard and Columbus. Did I say that already? Prairie View and Columbus in the second one. Girard, Columbus in the final duel of the night.
Let's see. Okay, back in action here. The Storm got a 4 takedown and 4 back points there at the edge of the mat, even though the Prairie View wrestler was completely off the mat. Storm still had his points in, so he was able to score. And that will do it there on that takedown for Storm gets a tech fall.
Trojans will take an early lead in this duel. Looks like where that will at least help them keep pace with Prairie View. They have all the They don't have all the matches. They just got the weights.
No, they've got the.
So we have people in every weight class. We've missed a few.
No, that we've had some opens and we caught those, but Prairie View on their sheet just listed everybody, not necessarily who's wrestling at the varsity level. So there could be a couple different options. That's why I'm not saying the Prairie View kids' names because I'm not sure which one it is. And it looks like this would be 144, and Girard will be open. And 150, Girard will be open. So this looks like Austin Allen. That would be 150 from Prairie View. So that'll kind of hurt us on the team score, BJ. When you get kind of these smaller schools, unless you're pretty well established, it's kind of hard to get a full team sometimes in these duels. But you just roll with what you have.
Well, you start to put that in kids' minds too at that youth program. We talked about it. Look at this. This weight class has been open the last couple of years. Once you get in there, you might have a chance at that spot, and man, just give you a little motivation when you go through that, especially getting that middle school. We have middle school wrestling.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so middle school, you're starting to. I mean, I probably wasn't there in football looking towards where I was going to play, but boy, I was thinking about it, and so you've got those. You think, hey man, my dad's about 160. Maybe that's where I'm going to end up at, about 160.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like you said, it's a tough sport, and the thing about middle school is the boys can wrestle, and play basketball. They're at two different times, so you get a lot of those kids that try it out, and they might be good, but they end up going to the basketball court in high school, and I'm with you. We still even now we have some kids that aren't playing basketball and should be wrestling. You could walk these halls, and I could point out I got 3 or 4 off the top of my head that we could have out here and be helpful, but it's a tough sport.
And it's tough. And there's I talked about this with some of the guys before. There could be a pretty wide gap between kids, even at the high school level, depending on. You saw that a little bit when girls wrestling kind of started off. Like the kids who had been doing it, certainly girls have been wrestling youth against the boys in a co-ed situation. When they got to the high school level, they were just so much better than other people just kind of picking it up. And you'll start to see that gap close a little bit too as you've got a better youth program and there's not that big learning curve as you get into high school.
Right. Well, a lot of these kids when they get started in the youth program, they know these kids when they get to high school. They wrestled them all through their youth program, so a lot of these kids know each other. They've seen each other in the past years, so it's like the boys were getting at 157. This is Robbie Bruning and Ethan Gray. Robbie came back last year. He didn't wrestle his freshman year. Came back last year and got right back into it and was a state qualifier for us. So another one that's we're looking to make some noise and get back to the state tournament for us. And it looks like over on the girls, I think they're starting with 115. Is that McKibben? I think that would be Liz McKibben. I believe you're right. Okay. Which we are open at 105 and 110. So we'll start with the girls at 115 with Liz McKibben and Demi Eisenhower.
Ian Bruning representing the Trojans here over on our top mat. Girls just getting underway here in their duel on the bottom mat on your screen.
Don't have any score with Bruning here, but Robbie's always been a little bit of a late starter to score some points, but once he gets going, he's fine. Robbie a little hesitant to get some offense going and kind of settling on the Prairie View to do something and then react off of it. And there he is here. He's got Shuckin. But it looks like on the girls' side, McKibben got pinned.
Yeah, pretty quick first match.
So it looks like next on the girls' side we have Hayden. I had it pulled up. Hayden Gatewood? versus Grace Kohler. This will be 125 on the girls' side. On the boys' side, start of the second period, 0-0. Bruning on top here. It's got that chicken wing in. We're going to settle back over. He did get 2 back points out of that. He got that chicken wing in, went for the turn, but he didn't have the other arm on the other side secured, so the Prairie wrestler was able to kind of spin out of that, but he got 2 out of it and got the score rolling for him. Girls side here, we got a pin for Prairie View. And PJ, a lot of these girls are freshmen. The girls side is very young. We have no upperclassmen up there. Chloe Pope is a sophomore, and Jasmine, I think, she's a junior, I believe. Or not Jasmine. Leilana. So they're very young on the girls' side. So they will probably take some lumps this year, but that's what it's all about. That's how you learn. It's how you grow in this sport. And
we'll circle in here just on this boys' mat, then get it full screen with Bruning down 5-1, but with control currently.
Actually, I think we're 5.
Is it backwards?
Yeah, it's backward. They have us as guests, so because Prairie View's only scores as escape there. So we'll go in the third period with bringing up 5-1. Brandon gets another takedown here, go up 8-1. See if he can work a turn here and get some more points. We're going to get a caution on Prairie View wrestler. He not doing anything on bottom there, and that's his second caution. So Bruning will get another penalty point, so now 9-1. That's it. Bruning just being content to ride him here a little bit, but
it's something you got to measure when you're up like this, whether you be real aggressive or just kind of let the time run out and take your win.
You know, this early on, you're just, like I said, you're working on everything you've been drilling for the last 3 weeks and just filling yourself out. But Bruning will get a caution here. He didn't set his bottom hand in the right spot there. Prairie View gets to escape 9-2. And Bruning with another takedown. Give it to 12-2 here with about 10 seconds left to go.
The girls match also getting underway over on the other mat, as it looks like Rooney going to be able to hold on here and get a win for the Trojan boys. Just 1 second remaining. And Rooney 12-2 victory here. And Robbie's put on a little muscle here in the last couple of years.
He sure shot up from last year. I don't know what they're drinking at the Brenning household.
Well, Rob graduated was smaller than you thought too, but he got big and strong when he went to the military. But late bloomers, perhaps. They're blooming right on time, maybe for the Trojans. So are we sure on guest and home? Which one's guest and home on the dual score?
See, I'm not. We should have more than 11. But I don't know if they're.
For what it's worth.
Yeah, I'm not.
The Sports Live sneaks into gyms and does wrestling tournaments all over Eastern Kansas from time to time. It's almost always pretty confusing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and they keep changing it here, so I'm not.
Prairie View going to get another win on the boys' side by default, so we'll flip over here and
they'll get a couple here because we're open at 165 and 175, and Owen Murphy will be at 190.
Full screen over here on the girls' match. What we got over there for Girard? Do we know?
I believe that's Graceland Ewan wrestling right now.
Graceland Ewan, and this is probably a 145 match. She probably moved up to wrestle 145 or 140, I believe. So that would be Gabby Collier, because they were open at 135. Nice Peterson roll there with the reversal and 3 back points. And then they stopped it for a potentially dangerous. So now we have Owen Murphy here at 190. And I would guess that might be Bowden Hughes. That's their 175. Since we were open, he probably bumped up to wrestle 190. So on the girls' side here, Girard's down 4-0 at the end of 1. Prairie View trying to run barbed wire there, but Girard did a good job of rolling through. She's trying it again. Looks like she's going to get the turn and the pin. Back on the boys' side, Murphy is down 3-0.
Tight himself in a tight spot now.
Yeah, got a chicken wing in here, and he's got to fight that off and keeps spinning with him. Don't let him turn the corner here. He's doing a pretty good job right now of it. Pretty good job fighting that off. Chicken wing's still there, but It's a little bit deeper now, and Prairie View getting back points here. Owen's got to get that arm slip through and belly back down, but he's got that arm trap pretty good on the near side there. He's got short time here if he can fight it off here, but Prairie View is gonna take it. Jasmine. Looks like on the girls' side here, we've got Jasmine Coffin.
I believe Amy
That's
Love.
Amy Love.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that Junior's sister?
Yep.
Okay. It looks like she's wrestling Lauren Steinbergen from Prairie View. Oh. Love got.
That's kind of one of those examples of getting a little aggressive. And
She was just she was there and just in a bad position, got off balance there, but she's young. She'll learn. She's doing a good job of fighting. She fought off that cradle and
Owen's got himself a spot.
yeah, Owen. See what the official says here. Owen got back points over there, so we'll see what he got. Calling locked hands there on Owen. So that takes away everything he just did there. Must have happened before he got into that cradle. So when a wrestler's down on 4 points, the top wrestler can't lock his hands, put his hands together in any way. That's a penalty. So that's what happened there with Owen, even if they touch for a second. So it's kind of a quick deal sometimes. Allen's got to fight this reversal off here, but does a good job of stopping. On the girls' side here, Amy's doing a good job over here. For a young wrestler, she's fighting pretty hard. Looks promising if she sticks with it. So you can just tell that she's out here being aggressive, not really versed on the moves yet. So, but she's fighting hard. On the boys' side, Owen's looking for that cradle again. And looks. Arrow gives back points. We can move here. There we go.
Close.
Yeah. He's just. There you go. That's smart. Smart to let go of that leg and get him in that putting position.
Yeah, Owen really battled hard in
Yeah.
that match. 9 seconds to go in the second, gets the pin.
Yeah. And that's where you keep wrestling because he was down a little bit in that match and turned it right around. So I mean it's never over. If you're up 10, you're up 1. It's never over. So
Two matches complete almost simultaneously here again. We've got Prairie View against Girard. We've got three duels altogether going on here tonight in this triangular. Girard against Prairie View here in this first one. Prairie View and Columbus in between, and then the Trojans in Columbus at the end.
So it looks like on boys' side we have Trenton Soderman, and again they have a couple different kids listed. So this will be at 215. Trenton's a 190er, so he's moving up for 215 for this here. And then on the girls' side we have Jasmine Kaufman, and again could be a number of girls on the Prairie View side. So
I mean, would it be too much to ask to put numbers on?
yeah, I would say.
What's the thought? It's on every other.
Yeah, this is just the whole roster here. It's not really the who's in the actual match. So
Soda went up 3-0 here, 30 seconds into this, say 215 match.
yeah, this should be 215 here. And Trenton's doing a great job because I'm sure he's given up, he's given up at least 10 to 15 pounds on this kid here, probably. If he's a true 215er, so. And Jasmine over here winning 3-0 on the girls' mat. I think Jasmine's ninth grader, but I've heard her, she had a great season last year in the middle school. So and here she goes with the pin right there. I know Coach Reek is real high on her and excited that she's still wrestling. So
she'll add a pin to their duel total. Right now, the girls are trailing 48-12. Boys' side, we're not sure. It's close.
It's close.
Girard's 4 foot, probably a few more. That's probably going to hurt them. But in the ones they've wrestled, the Trojans have been right there.
Yeah, it's helped that we've got some pins on the board, so that really helps getting those full 6 points. So. Coming up on the girls' side, we have Chloe Pope for Girard and Michaela Miller for Prairie View. Trenton on the single leg in here. That's where the extra weight of a 215er to a 190 kind of helps. Young man on Prairie View kind of stuffed that shot, probably just with a little bit more weight on Trenton's back there. Soderman starts on top here at the beginning of the second period. I believe he's up 3-2. We're going to get a locked hands again on, nope, Tech. Must have grabbed his headgear.
That's pretty tight ship.
Yeah. This ref, he's good, but he calls it close. He's done it a long time too.
It's just the longest I've ever sat in this venue without criticizing an official, talking about officiating. So,
it can definitely be done. It's especially if you're on the wrong side of it. So.
Yeah. I've said my best idea for covering these wrestling matches, and what I should have done for tonight is the mom cam. And just find whichever parents have a kid wrestling and just watch them do it.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling pretty fortunate where the situation we're in right now, to be honest with you, Joyce.
So we're on the girls' side. We don't have any score yet. They've been kind of filling each other out here and fighting. On the boys' side, Trenton gave up escape, so he's down 4-3 now. So those that locked hands and the grabbing headgear really kind of hurt in here. So another great shot. It's just he's dealing with a lot more weight than he usually would. I'd like to see Trenton here instead of kind of just barreling in on a double and getting caught underneath, maybe trying to work some outside singles here so he doesn't get caught underneath that weight.
There we go. We're getting the dual score figured out. It's see where it comes out.
Yeah, it should be pretty close, BJ. 32-30. So this is this is actually a big match. Because we don't have a 285 and neither does, well, looks like Prairie maybe.
Whoa, into the chairs. Get back over to the pick. Both match showing. Girls match. Pope.
No score over here yet for the girls.
Early going in the first period on the girls' side. Final 30 seconds here on the top of our screen. And Soderman getting himself in a situation.
He's got to get to his back here, or get to his belly, I mean. Keep rolling through there.
Won't give up some points, but able to stay alive with 15 seconds remaining.
He's down 7-3 now. Gotta keep going here. Don't give this up at the end. But Prairie's probably going to get some back points here, too, and go up 9-3 going in the third. So again, before that, Soderman got shot on and just not getting to that cross space fast enough to fight off that shot attempt, and Prairie was able to finish it. But he's got to strap it on here for these last 2 minutes and hopefully pull a win out here. Looks like on the girls' side, Pope gave up an escape, so she's down 1-0.
Coming down to the end of this first duel between Prairie View and Girard. They're going to match up and be done about right. Did have some exhibition matches earlier in our broadcast from the Matt Side group. We did miss a few of those. Apologize for some technical issues, but do expect, I think, more of those kids running around here. Or is that over with?
I think it's over with. I don't know if Prairie View brought any younger kids. There's a takedown for Soderman. Gets into 9. So 9-6. But he's got a short time here, only about 50 seconds to go. So he's either got to turn him or he's got to cut him loose. And the coaches are yelling at him to let him go. But it's hard to hear with those on and the headgear on and everybody yelling. But what he needs to do here is cut the Prairie View wrestler loose and go for another takedown. But he's trying to get the turn here, but he's just going to 10 seconds left, running out of time. So Soderman will lose 9-6, and that should give.
We have one more match.
Yeah.
We're on this side. This could be for the duel.
Yeah. Oh, we got Austin Call here. Yep. They moved Austin up to 285. And
And Pope wins on the girls' side of things.
All right.
So we figured it out. We're pretty smart up here. But for the scoreboard, they had to do it that well. I think we got it figured out, and this is a good one. Fecal is Einhorn. It's good. Fecal is Einhorn. So this is a good duel between Girard and Prairie View. 33-32 going into the heavyweights, the final match, and freshman Austin Call to step up here and wrestle.
And I'm not sure who this young man Prairie View is. He looks like he's bigger than 215. They have two 215s listed on their roster, but no 285. And he's a true heavyweight. So,
well, I talked to Bill earlier, and Austin was looking down the barrel if he thought the two big kids were going to be in that weight class here for Columbus Prairie View, but they don't appear to be wrestling this year, so they might have dodged a little bit of a bullet, although we'll see, I guess, here shortly.
Yeah, because this is Prairie View had at 215 Parker Schwartz, and if people remember from football, their good running back, and Josh Goodwin was their other kid. He was their heavyweight. So they were both ranked preseason, so I'm not sure if they just didn't decide to wrestle and focus on their college football careers coming up or what happens.
They're going to get one-on-one here, the last match in this duel between Austin Call and Prairie View. Austin, not your average freshman with his strength.
Yeah. And it's good that Austin came back. I'm glad he came back because he was doing a good job at the youth level and then took a little break and then came back in middle school. So it's good to see him out here. And again, he's wrestling at man weight, so it's, he might take some lumps this year, but it'll be good for his future, and hopefully he sticks with it. I mean, neither wrestler here kind of do anything. We've got a high crotch attempt there. Austin did a great job of fighting that off. And now he kind of stepped that leg out there, and Prairie View wrestler took advantage of it. And that's how it can go from good to bad really quick.
Trying to hustle. Last push. Yeah, tough spot to put.
Tough spot to be in, but.
So Columbus going to get out there and warm up. Prairie View going to get out there and warm up. We're going to try to take a little bit of a break, catch our breath. One duel in the books here in a triangular Girard Prairie View Girard Prairie View and Columbus. Here from Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, Mike Reese, Caleb Humble, and BJ Harris along with you. Trojans on the boys' side do fall 39-32 to Prairie View in their duel. On the girls' side, girls fall 54-18. We'll take a quick break. We're back with more from Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. We're watching Trojan Wrestling on Girard Sports Live.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Jenny, or Amber in Girard today.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
At Girard Medical Center, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown healthcare team. From family medicine and emergency care to lab services, surgery, imaging, and beyond, we're here when you need us. Compassionate care close to home. To learn more about our high quality care and everything that we have to offer, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better. Better is better at Heidrick's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community. Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home. And a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state Farm and Ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed.
Back out here, Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, BJ Harris along with you, alongside McCaleb Humble and Mike Reese, as we were just Matt side watching the Girard Trojans and the Prairie View Buffaloes in the first of what are going to be 3 duels here tonight. Second duel underway just now on the girls' side of things here with Prairie View and Columbus matching up in this one. Prairie View and Columbus boys will be on the top side. They're taking the mat as we speak as well. We'll turn it over, let the crowd, Mike, take control here and let you watch this duel. We don't know a bunch about these two teams, and certainly not going to try to attempt to, and haven't had the best information up here to try to track who exactly who. We kind of muddled through there because these guys knew the faces and knew some of those kids, so that helped out for us. But enjoy Prairie View and Columbus here in this duel, boys and girls, happening right now on Girard Sports Live.
up, BJ? I'll try to get it up on track wrestling on the islands next time. I'm going to all I got is yeah, but it's just like I said, it's a hate. I did notice on the deal down there because I was searching for hard and it's Girard Northeast. Right here, it's coming. It's free. Just good nice. And we'll get ready to go. Every morning. Thanks, Simon. Oh, second day. He said, "Get ready for my kids." Eagle. Let me check. Hold on. Select, go to state, city, and state. It's a good play a lot. So, yeah. Right. So, got the DBL. DA, yeah, yeah, GIR. Trying to name it or something. Well, turn it off. See, you can print it off.
Girls score and box score. Boys score and box score of that last duel. Okay, that's a good things like those things. If I can get both coaches, if I can get our coaches squared away, I do have Columbus's. Let me go get stopped. We medal, please. We're doing okay. Okay. Yeah, that's just what we see. So, and this, I didn't see it all. That picture, yeah, fine. Circumference. They don't know much. They know all this. It's not all right. That's right. So it's you guys are right on your weakness. Take. I didn't feel like that. Sorry, San Turtle. It's like, it's great. So, oh, much. Oh, sorry. Oh.
I do. I'll go ask Mike. Wow. Hey. But
Yeah, backboard. I don't recognize. Oh, look. In fact, I think I have like sleep on the knee, like throwing in the ground. Oh, 20 seconds. Oh, sorry. All right. Sure. Okay. This should be our next one. Huh? That should be our next one. That's the girl versus Columbus. Boys versus Columbus is what it should match up to. They can still change it at the table. Right. That's
Not better for the stroke. No, Daddy! Don't walk there. Drop family. He's this Thursday. Thought down there. I didn't cut that. There you go. Right, yeah. Let him ride him. Yes. Ride him for a little bit. Okay. Come on, guys. Keep his leg.
6 points better than 5. sit there and that's watching a whole different sport. He's like, I want to be there. Move up, move up. Good, now, what's the trend? Sport there. They're warming up anyway. Interface trail is supposed to be starting. I want to just, this is the system. Even I was like, oh, what pizza we eat stuff. This is things. What is one? We are never. Getting a lot really. Lost out of the that is the three. It's great. We have one fixed in like 4 gallons, all each CR.
Looks like they have wrapped up. Does this look like maybe it's an exhibition? Perhaps. I think they've wrapped up the duel. We may have our last one of this. Yeah, this doesn't look like this is part of the actual duel. So Prairie View and Columbus on the boys' side and the girls' side have wrapped up their duel. And now we will have Prairie View will clear out of here. They'll get to head back up 69 Highway to lay scene. And does this look like maybe it's an exhibition? Perhaps. I think they've wrapped up the duel and they have our last one up. We're going to take a quick break here for just a little bit. Coming up in just a moment, we will have the culmination of our event tonight, the Triangular with the Girard Trojans and the Columbus Titans wrestling in a boys and girls duel. We'll have our split picture back in action. Might even have a guest commentator join us here in just a little bit as well. This is the Girard hosting the Prairie View Buffaloes and the Columbus Titans in a wrestling duel here to kick off this 2025-2026 wrestling season. Exhibition match underway. We'll wait for that one to wrap up and we will go to break. You're watching Girard Sports Live.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home. And a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Back out here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, BJ Harris, Mike Reese, and our guest commentator for our final duel tonight. Going to join us, take a crack. First broadcast debut for Junior Love. Junior came over and asked if he could join the broadcast, and I'm open to equal opportunity, aren't I, Mike? And Mike, he laid a pretty good groundwork for you because I threw Mike on the air here tonight, first time, nailing it, by the way. And so Junior thought it just must not be that difficult. So we're going to throw him on here, get his perspective on this duel as well. And now we've run through the two matches before this. You know, Mike, anything you can take away from that first round of duels, either from the boys or girls side, that you might want to build on, or some thoughts you might want to take into this one with Columbus?
Building on it. We got a lot of young kids that did a great job there, and some returning kids that are knocking the rest off. So just building on that momentum, getting this first duel under your belt, and then heading into some tournaments coming up.
Junior, I'll ask you what's the mentality around this program right now, especially on the boys' side of things. If you talk to some of these guys, they've got some youth. They don't have a ton of experience, but overall, how do you feel like they feel this season's going to go for them, and what are they working towards?
I can't speak on their expectations much. I haven't been around them that much, but one thing that I do know is that they're wanting to learn. Always be learning, always learn from what you have done, good and bad.
That's right. We talked a lot about that already tonight with the youth program, getting that experience and then bringing it into the high school level. And we're kicking it off on the girls' side between Girard and Columbus. They're in an opening match, and it may be a quick one.
Yeah, it looked like we started at 1:15 with Elizabeth Tibbin, Anne-Marie Neely. Looks like Neely get the pin there.
So that was quick for Columbus. Right out of the gate, and they'll take an early lead, 12-0 in this girls' duel. The girls have some open holes in their roster, and so it'd be tough for them to compete, although I'm not sure exactly what Columbus's numbers and strength look like as well on the girls' side.
Yeah, Columbus has come in, their girls' wrestling has grown really, really over these past few years, and they've had some state ranked wrestlers over the years. I didn't look up any of the girls' rankings to see if they had any. I don't think they're ranked. I know their boys' team is ranked 7th coming in preseason. Has about 3 ranked kids that should make some noise on the 4A side.
So we'll see some pretty good wrestlers when Columbus boys will take on our top mat. That's just one of the final exhibition match between Columbus and Prairie View. It looks like they'll have one more. Girls are getting ready to have their second match of the Girard Columbus girls duel.
Yeah, it looks like it's at 125 with Hayden Gatewood for Girard and Tatum Kirk for Columbus.
Yeah. 2 past Girard wrestlers, both freshmen. I think 6 out of the 7 girl wrestlers are freshmen, and the 7th is a sophomore. So definitely a pretty young team, but from what I've seen, they can do some good stuff. So they definitely can go up from here.
So for them to take the mat. We haven't got an exhibition here with Prairie View and Columbus, top of your screen. We'll go watch this girls' match.
Nice shot by the Columbus wrestler.
Nearly getting the 2 points for the takedown.
You can just tell the younger girls, they're not there yet. They're green. They're learning. Like their Gatewood was fighting off pretty good, but she got a little bit off balance when that shot came in. It's hard to defend a shot when you're off balance, but
yeah, so tough.
Fighting hard to get out of that situation she's found herself in. Not able to do it.
And you can tell that the Columbus girl Kirk, she's wrestled quite a bit, just the way she handled herself. So it's not a bad loss for Gatewood. It's just keep on working and go on to the next one.
Yeah, just continue to learn. Like I've noticed one thing, some people record their matches so they can watch it back, just like football and film.
Yep.
Always have that film to watch, know what you can improve, know what you did right and did wrong.
Just about everybody who's wrestled tonight's got pretty good film to go back and watch it.
Looks like we're at 1:30 on the girls' mat. Madison Miller versus Kara Altus from Columbus. And Madison, another freshman.
Yeah.
And I believe she did win her first match in the first duel with a pin. So see what she can do here.
Well, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, but I think she was in the youth wrestling.
Well, that's what I was about to ask. If you see these freshman girls, is that you're starting to see that feed in from the youth program? Whereas when we started, wrestling, it was kind of the girls who were out there wrestling the varsity level generally were learning how to wrestle at that point. Whereas some of these kids might start filtering in. Maybe perhaps that's something that Columbus has been able to do for a little bit longer.
Yeah, especially here at Girard, I think the girls wrestling has really grown probably a little bit better than the boys wrestling, as in numbers, new kids coming in. Most of the boys side is kids that have wrestled and stayed with it, and the girls kind of come in a little bit hotter with some newer kids, but growth at any level is a good thing. So if you gain 2 kids this year and 10 kids next year, you're at least you're growing. So.
Miller put her pressure on. Got her on her back. Well,
she's got to let go of that head there.
She's got to get up.
She really wants to. There it is. Just like I said, she was in a good position for a while, and then put herself in a bad position. She was trying to get her legs in, and kind of we call it the Saturday night ride, but she just didn't get it, and the other girl was still fighting and used her hips to get up and reversed her. So
yeah, it seemed like she went a little too aggressive. She got it to the ground and just straight over.
Yep.
Still got an exhibition match going on over here on the boys' side of things with Columbus and Prairie View. This one's been underway for just a little bit. Just wrap it up at second period.
Yeah, next up on the girls' side is Graceland Ewan and Brooklyn Collinsworth. Wrestling in the 130 weight category.
135.
135, sorry.
Flip over here. The full screen of this girls' duel. Girls' match. We've talked a lot about my boys just, chatting. And it does seem that, different sports. I've talked to college football coaches that say, you give me a kid who can play and he can start as a junior in high school and he can go play at the next level. You can learn it, you can pick it up, you can use your physical attributes most. Wrestling is just like basketball. Whether you start the younger, you start shooting and shooting and shooting, and you do it every day and you work at it and you practice, you can literally improve yourself and become an elite wrestler just technically and knowing something. You're still going to come down to physicality a little bit, but you can technically be better and be as good as you possibly can get. I like that aspect of that game, and it really can build year after year after year after year.
It can.
Yeah, I'll second that. Middle school, I was wrestling Storm Reek, who was 130 pounds, and I was in the 170. It was
the technicality,
right?
yeah.
But he definitely took me most times.
Well, this is the one sport that, repetition is key. And these kids are repeating move after move. That's the one thing with Coach Reek. He drills as
he drills a lot.
Ewan gets pinned there, but Reek is big on the fundamentals, and they drill and drill and drill the fundamentals because that's your base. You don't need to be flashy. You can do some great things with fundamentals, and that's what Coach Reek always preaches. So
yeah, we drill hand fighting for 15, almost 20 minutes straight.
Hey, Junior, I imagine it's probably something to where when you're down there on the mat, you're not thinking, I need to put my hand here, I need to put my leg here. You just need to be able to do it and not think about it. And some of that drilling probably just makes that stuff more reactive.
It's like Spanish fluent when you start thinking in it.
Well,
that was Molly Warren with at 140. We are open. So next for Girard is Amethyst Love,
my
at
personal
145. I'm sure. Columbus is open, so she'll get to raise her hand there.
Oh, you won't even get the caller winning. Well, she will win.
Yep,
I guess.
Take a picture, Mom. Mm-hmm. So we are both open at 155. So next up is 170 with Jasmine Kaufman for Girard and Gemma Hidalgo from Columbus.
Yeah, Jasmine is also one that has come up through the youth program.
And we talked about her in the first duel. She had a really good year last year at the middle school level, and she's done I think she's going to be a good one for Coach Reek, and he's excited about her.
Like one thing I know about her is she starts off very aggressive. So I definitely will expect her to come out and be the hammer, not the nail, to put it in a sense.
Well, this has been a pretty quick work, really, by Columbus in this on the girls' side of this duel, so they could really use this little shot in the arm here in the final couple of matches to feel a little bit better. It's pretty lopsided right now, 36-6. Columbus leading in this girls' duel. Boys will get started. It looks like they're going to start warming up and getting their stuff together here pretty quickly. And so we'll wrap that up with the boys' side of this in just a little bit. There's your aggressiveness, Junior.
Yep.
Oh, Kaufman.
She's getting after her.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, manipulating the opponent's head does a lot. I can say from experience, it's a helpless feeling when your forehead's on the mat and you can't do anything. Throws the half Nelson. Running her feet, just about got her.
Needs to grab that arm and She needs to grab that arm and that shoulder and take it out. Take it out with her. Take it up.
I don't know. Most people prefer to just go laterally and just run forward.
But see how she's trying to push that shoulder down. That's
the pin.
She got the pin there, but if she grabs that arm and takes it up, that shoulder's going to go with it. So,
yeah. And I was always taught to take that shoulder and run in a circle.
Yep. But that works too.
And, hey,
she feels pretty good about it. 2 pretty good matches there for that young lady. Bright spot for the Trojan girls.
So this is 190 along Elena Garcia for Columbus, and we are open.
Yeah, next on the slate for Girard is Chloe Pope, the lone sophomore and the oldest of the group.
And she'll be wrestling Adeline Putto from Columbus. The 235 match. Yeah, and BJ, this is how fast it can go when your team's not, you don't have all the weights full, and neither team, teams have open weights.
Yeah, we were talking. They've got a tournament at Caney Valley on Saturday. I was talking over the stands a little bit there between the matches, and a lot of tournaments, and you got to go tournaments whenever you got shorter numbers. There's a lot of teams. I'm living up north, and there's a lot of duels. I mean, most of those teams they schedule duels, and it's a big dual schedule.
Yeah,
but you just don't have enough weight classes. You're not going to be able to do that. And
yeah,
just got to get these numbers up. Keep growing the program.
Yeah, and it's with wrestling, it's kind of like the other sports. They can only wrestle so many things, and teams can only wrestle so many things. A duel is so many points for the team. 1-day tournament is a different point. 2-day tournaments, so they're kind of limited in what they can do. So it's you see kids coming into the state tournament that have 10 more matches than another kid. Well, that's because they're at a school that could wrestle some duels and get some more stuff in, but then Pope gets pinned there to end that duel. So
she just wasn't quite ready.
No,
kind of got off balance.
She got caught in that
took a face
goal headlock.
So Columbus going to beat these Girard girls in their dual action 48-12. With a couple of pins there by the Trojan wrestlers. Again, we talked the youth movement and all that stuff. So Coach Reed trying to work out a exhibition match there for Trojans. Sister wants to wrestle. Junior.
Yeah. So sometimes we go out to the activity center to the match, and she wrestles me.
She beat you too, didn't she? It's okay. You can say it.
No. I have 40 pounds and about 7 inches of height on her.
She's tougher, though. I can see it.
Oh, she's tough.
Trojan boys, Reek and Bruning, captains representing the Trojans at the top of your screen. We'll try to keep it in picture here with one exhibition match coming up on the girls' side of things, and we'll go full screen with the boys in the final event of the night. Our Trojans, Columbus Titans. Mike said that Columbus in the top 10 in Class 3A.
Yes. Number 7, I believe. So
3A is tough.
4A.
The 4A. They're at 4A. At Girard?
4A. Yep.
Because if you're at 3A, that's a tough one. That's 3-2-1A. I think.
3-2-1. Yeah.
That's a lot of Western Kansas boys out there. You got to get through Hoxie or whatever.
Yeah, Hoxie out there for sure.
Yep, there goes Love. Aggressive as always. I wonder who she gets it from. Ooh, the snap down.
On the headlocks.
Got her to the ground. Flip around to the hips. Get the 2 points.
3 points now, Junior.
You're making me feel old.
Uh-huh.
Back in my day, it was 2.
Back in my day.
Oh, and another one.
Oh, stay on that other side there.
There you go. Grab a leg on the way up. Never mind.
There it is.
Lynn's got her down on her back. Scoot back a little. And the pin.
There you go.
It's always good. You get good mat time with these younger kids, so it's only going to help them grow. Looks like on the boys' side, we started, and
Caden Gregory.
That was
Or no, Kyle Johnson.
Yeah, that was Kyle Johnson at 106, and Columbus was open. So 113, we start off with Caden Gregory and Carlson Britt.
Yeah, sophomore. I'm pretty sure he did it last year. So coming into this, with some type of experience.
And Britt is a state qualifier from last year. Wrestled a lot, and he's come up through the ranks there at Columbus. So
yeah, Caden fighting for all he's worth.
It's just going to stack him up with that wing there, put him in a pinning position.
Come on, Caden.
And he's looking up to the stands and smiling at mom. But that Britt he's a good wrestler, so that's not a that's not a terrible loss for Caden.
The way he came out, Jim, the least educated at the table here, but it looked like he had his plan of what he wanted to do, and then he just did it exactly that way.
He's been doing it for a while, and like I said, he's a state qualifier.
Yeah, like Coach Philpott says, no shame in losing to a bad team, no shame in losing to a bad athlete.
Well, they got it done right there. Okay,
looks like 120. We will both be open, and we'll move on to 126 with Tyler McAtee and Denver Hughes from Columbus.
Tyler had a pretty good match in his first outing. I don't remember how that ended.
He ended up losing, but that was to a pretty good wrestler.
We'll see what T-Mac has in the bag. Sorry, Tyler. Once again, I think he also came up through the youth program.
He did, yep.
Run by, of course, Scott Reed. They're hand fighting hard. McAtee with a shot.
Nice down there.
He's going to get his 3. Yeah, the 3 points.
And again, with the rules change, with this just them being at the edge of the mat, he can still score points there.
Yep. And it's just the 1 point of contact inside the circle.
1 point of contact now. Yep.
Once again, making me feel old.
Yeah. So that defensive wrestler can be all the way out now and still get pinned or scored on.
McAtee has him busted flat to the floor for a second.
3-0 McAtee.
Gonna try
well, and he has him in the
cradle action.
He needs to get his shoulders off the floor. There he goes. Never mind.
He got his 4 back points there.
Yep. And they're out.
So now with the rule change, it used to be 3 back points was as high as you could go. So now with a 2 count, it's 2 back points, 3 count, 3 back points for you can go all the way up to 4. So it could get to, with a takedown and back points, it could get to 7-0 really quick.
Yeah, that's where we sit right now, 7-0, 48 seconds to go first period here. Down to just the boys here between the Trojans and the Titans in this triangular. Trojans had a close one with Prairie View, but did fall short. But it came down to the heavyweight match to determine that duel. And right now, 6-6 after 2 matches with 1 4-foot by Columbus and 1 win by the Titans. Right now, McAtee. Two-point reversal for the Titans.
Yeah, he just has McAtee in a pretty tough spot.
There's 7 seconds to go here in the first period if he can get through this one.
See if McAtee can hold on to the whistle. Looks like they go neutral. Both of them sizing each other up.
Nice high crotch there by Hughes. McAtee doing a Still no score off that. Now we got the 3. Takes our score to 7-5. He says that chicken wing in. McAtee doing a good job of fighting off here, but just got that other arm under. There he goes. Hughes trying to go for a half Nelson, I see. Nope, still got that chicken wing. Got that chicken wing. He barred that far arm that he didn't do the first time. McAtee coming out. Nice. He can get his head out and scramble here a little bit. There you go. Almost. I will tell you, Hughes is making McAtee work.
Yes. 7-5, 47 seconds to go, second period. McAtee still up by 2 points, but in a big spot right here, 40 seconds to go.
Flips his hips, gets his head out.
Sounds like I need to flip that mom cam around behind us.
Yeah.
18 seconds to go, second period, 7-5, McAtee.
McAtee finally gets an arm free to post up.
5 seconds.
Yeah, they went neutral for the first or the start of the second period. I wonder if they'll continue the next.
Well, McAtee's down here. Oh, McAtee chose neutral. So did Hughes here. Yeah.
Final period. 7-5, McAtee up by 2. Columbus has had the advantage, really a big chunk of that second period, but not really a lot of points to show for it. It's one of the more even matches we've had of the night.
One thing I do have to say about McAtee, he's scrappy. He's wrestling at 126. Football season, he was an offensive lineman. 'Hughes gets 3 points, takes the lead. McAtee could take it back if he manages to get up.
Eight, 7. Yep. About 50 seconds left here in the third.
Tyler fighting to get his arm free.
McAtee jumped out to a 7-0 lead. It's been 8 unanswered points scored on him since then. 34 seconds to go, final period. Better do something.
Even if he gets up, he gets still 2 points. One
for an escape. Take it to OT.
Yep.
Going to have to really get free here. 15 seconds.
He's got to go now. His hands are free. He's just got to stand up. Hughes does a good job reestablishing that single on that leg and rides McAtee out for the 8-7 win.
Took all he had, but Titans pick up 3 points for that match win. And they will take a 9-6 lead here. So we head to the next round. Next
132. Drake Smith of Girard versus White Pool of Columbus.
To Drake Smith, representing the Trojans.
Nice little single. He took what was given to him there and
Just going to take his 3 points and work from there. Yeah. I will tell you, he's definitely working. I think Smith has both of his arms in one hand. Never mind, he got 3.
Good job of Smith there to reestablish that single and not let Poole get away. So Poole start down. Smith on top here. Smith looking for a tilt here. Poole does a good job of rolling through.
Smith back on top. He's got an arm and a leg.
He was kind of looking for a ball and chain there, but
that's what I was thinking.
Wrestling has the best vernacular.
It does. That's just some good hard wrestling there by both kids.
3-1 after Poole gets the evasion. Poole takes a shot on Smith.
Got his head.
Yeah, we're in a side-by-side here. Smith does a great job rolling through, getting the takedown.
3 points.
Strength there from Drake Smith really to battle that one through.
Now he's getting back
Got him on his
here.
back.
Looking for the pin.
4 seconds.
No,
Saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell.
Still 4 points for Smith. He jumps out to a 10-1 lead.
Looks like Smith will choose neutral here. Start of the second period.
Watch, who's going to go for a shot quick. There it is. Yeah, Poole definitely seems punchy with the shots. But Smith definitely doing a good job of defending it.
He's fighting it off, but Poole's going to come out. Backside there. And
I went a little too far reaching for that far foot.
Still nothing here. Smith did a good job saying north and south. And now he's going to get the 3.
Take it to
and now he's got the half there. See if he
Nelson
runs it
forward. And that's the pin. As the student section goes crazy.
Saying they were giving out free T-shirts over there. Where's mine?
Yeah, I got one.
Did you?
Yep, it was a small.
I need a medium.
It wasn't even a medium. I donated it back.
I don't know, Mike. Looks like the Thanksgiving pounds haven't gone away.
Yeah, I know. Looks like we got Storm at 1. Oh, Storm moved up to 144 for this duel here, and who will wrestle? Shade Schuberger. And the Schubergers, they've had several kids come up through this through the ranks at Columbus. And
I don't blame him for not having anyone to wrestle Storm. I wouldn't want to. Yeah, I think last season he was out with a concussion.
Yeah, he didn't wrestle until later in the season.
But I think he had 3 his freshman year.
Yeah. He got that all squared away. He's looking to have a pretty big year this year.
Redemption season.
I talked to him last week, and he says he's excited. He's healthy coming in, and looking forward to this year.
What year is he?
He's a junior.
Junior.
Yep.
This seems like he's been around for a while.
Yeah. Well, if you've been around any Girard wrestling or Pittsburgh wrestling, he's been on a mat.
Yeah.
You know, he's always around. I remember him as a little kid. He was running through matches, interrupting them.
The officials are trying to figure out, the coaches trying to figure out what the matchup's going to be. I think they might know, but now they're not exactly sure what's the holdup. They don't care about my bedtime.
Kind of sad I had to miss the first match. But
I'm glad you're here now, Junior, and you came over and asked to join the broadcast. That's honestly not the first time that's happened. One of the few times I've taken the guy up on it. But
Well, thank you. I feel honored.
you should.
Yeah, I wish I was here earlier.
You're adding good commentary, good perspective.
So
We got the coach perspective, we got a player perspective, and then whatever I am,
The broadcaster
perspective, which is about worth as much as it is.
So I'm not sure what
I think they're sorting out the actual
here.
track
Yeah.
wrestling, perhaps to show the matchup. If there was a change last minute, that might be what they're doing to add up to.
Because they're on a sheet we have, it says 138 were both open. So this might be, they may have thrown somebody in there at the 138 at the last minute. So now I think we're ready for Storm and Shade.
Could be a good one. Trojans trail 15-12 in the duel.
Storm spins around 53 points.
That right there with Storm just shows you it's not over. The kid came in on a decent double and Storm, reversed him. He went for a leg on the back end and was able to roll through and come out with it himself. So it's just because a guy gets in on you doesn't mean it's over.
Your ability to be offensive in a defensive situation can really be the difference maker.
Storm going nice ankle pick there and
just about got 3 points.
Trying to get some back points here. Put in a half.
He's going to roll it over, just about flat.
Lift that head and squeeze.
Gets up on his toes, gets the pin.
That's different. But he wrestles different than what I've seen from some of the other kids so far tonight.
Yeah. He's got those good ones have a different motor.
Yep.
Wrestles like he just wants to go sit down.
I talked about, our chance. We go cover the Kansas Shrine Duels every year, and you see those. Those are the top wrestlers from every one of those schools wrestling against each other.
Yeah.
And it all kind of looks like that, and
yeah, when you get two kids like that, a Storm's quality and with the same motor, those matches are just outstanding.
That's Sean Pelt, the 150-pound weight category.
We are open. I think Pelt was a state qualifier for Columbus last year as well. This one could be a good one. We'll see what Robbie has. Robbie Bruning against Jaden Rodriguez. Jaden is a senior. He's ranked number 2 right now at 157.
Well, Robbie had a good match in the first one. Took it all the way to the end.
Yeah, Robbie's grown about 5 inches, 50 pounds since last year.
We commented on that already.
He's the same size as me.
I talked to Robbie before this duel, and he said, "What do I got to do with Rodriguez?" And I said, "Just wrestling. He's going to come at you, and if you lose, he's ranked number 2 right now, and you know where you got to be. So you just wrestle him, and so he has the tools to do it. He got to put it in his mind to do it."
Yeah, Bruning playing mind games, throwing feints, getting him into a defensive position.
And that's what I kind of told him before the duel. I said, that first one you wrestled, you're a little hesitant to take some shots. You need to maybe set something up. And that counter offense, when they shoot, they don't get it. You go right back at them. So
Rodriguez trying to bust through.
I think I can see what Bruning's doing, getting Rodriguez on the defensive mindset. Just thinking like that, you're already playing from behind.
And both wrestlers kind of fill each other out. Neither one of them's really took a shot that's
stuck.
Yeah, that's really threatened the other one. kind of filling each other out. So
From that initial bout of hand fighting, I think they both want to stay away from each other's hands.
Stays even 21-18 in the duel right now. So this is a pivotal match. Trojans trying to keep pace.
And they might need this. There are 2 open slots for Girard.
yeah, 2 open slots coming up. So
Columbus going to take some key swing points.
no chains there. So Rodriguez go back down.
See if Robbie does anything different. Bust the arm down, grab the other one.
Rodriguez will get his one. And little reset here. And
First point of this match, minute 36 to go, second quarter. 1-0. Rodriguez on top of Robbie Bruninger for the Trojans.
I mean, both of these guys just quick on their feet. It's hard to make anything stick when they react just split second.
feels like one of those matches. Whoever makes the first mistake,
I don't think either of them made many mistakes.
No, they're kind of just going back and forth with each other.
$50 seconds to go, second period.
Bruning feints a shot, gets an arm around his head.
This is second period?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Switch. I think whoever's running the scoreboard. It's might have forgot.
There's a lot of numbers on that panel. So.
I know. I'm on a busted knee. I run it in PE. Just got to feel it out and find out. Oh, what does this button do?
Ooh, pretty big head smack there between the two guys.
Bruning a little short on the shot. Just ding.
Well, he took one to the nose, I think Rodriguez did. I think his face came down on his head. Another pretty stalemate, but a 1-point escape for Rodriguez to have the advantage here going into the third period. 1-0.
As Bruning, I think, will take down position.
Yeah, being down one here, he's got to try to get this escape or a reversal here. So
my favorite tactic: sit back on your heels, barely have your knees touch the ground, shoot straight up.
Very good job here to get to his feet. He's got to fight them hands. Rodriguez
away.
Yep, does a good job of going back to that single and just keep controlling.
Robbie looking like a pogo stick out there on one leg.
Robbie's got to pick that up. He goes. Got to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Rodriguez
is standing up with him.
He's going to call a stalemate here. Neither wrestler advancing. So they'll reset and do it again.
Robbie's still on bottom.
Yep.
Now your conditioning starts to kind of play a little bit of a factor here, certainly early on, the second match of the night.
Yep.
Getting deep into this one, it's close. 1-0, minute 29 to play. Or to go here in this third. Bruning needs to get an escape to try to even things up.
Try to hit a nice switch there, but Rodriguez did a great job of following him.
I think it'd be the smart choice to bring it out of bounds. There it goes.
Stops the clock with a minute 11.
A good wrestler like Rodriguez, it's hard to get away from him. Even though you think you stand up and you got it, he's back in on a leg real quick. So
yeah, even if it ended like this for Robbie, I'd take it as a win.
Yeah, it's a good, like I said, good first duel. He's seeing a state level kid right here and wrestling him really tough.
There it is.
There it is.
And there it is. Back.
Bruning going to tie it up at 1-1. 1 minute to play. 1 minute to go here in this match.
And I will tell you that overtime battle is going to be who wants it more.
Well, we still got 50 seconds left here, and anything could happen. So
now they've got to be feeling that sense of urgency, feeling rushed to win.
yeah, you want to feel urgent, but you don't want to do anything stupid here. I mean, you're tied 1-1, and
Feel the urgency, but don't rush it.
yeah.
So when you start rushing, so you start making mistakes. Oop.
He checked the clock, and Birdie took that as an
Yeah.
opportunity.
He was almost in on a single there. He about had it, but
He realized he was looking a little sooner.
Yeah,
Rodriguez sitting back on his heels like he's done so many times this match.
I think Rodriguez is maybe content to go to overtime here.
I don't think Robbie is. I think he might want it.
Yeah. I mean, that last shot there by Rodriguez was kind of just a desperation deal, but now he's in on it with 1 second left, and we're going to overtime.
Well, you guys called it, said this could be a good match, and it is our first overtime I think we've had of this duel. 21-18 is the duel score. 1-1 is the match score. 1 minute. Sudden death.
Yeah, first to score here.
Robbie throws a beautiful feint. Can't get it to work.
Robbie's got to be careful there. You don't want to back up too much. You want to circle it. He doesn't have a stalling call yet, but
the one thing I think he's trying to do, Rodriguez, when there's space between him, he'll sit back on his heels, take a breather. I think Robbie's few times this match just went and ran at him.
Yeah.
He times that right. He might catch him off guard.
Yeah. Get him to roll back on his back, get the takedown.
8 seconds left in this overtime period.
That was a quick period.
So now we'll go to our second overtime period. They'll flip here to see who gets choice.
Rodriguez gets choice.
Rodriguez will get choice. It looks like coach is telling them to defer.
Yeah, he defers.
So Robbie chooses down here, try to get an escape point.
He did okay. That's how he scored the 1 point he's got here, and he was close a couple of times. Student section getting into it.
Here's the, if he can get away, it's the 30-second ride here.
I don't want to spoil the student section, but Booster Club gives out $20 to the best, most supportive fan.
Well, that'd be me.
I don't know, man.
No, I've been pretty subdued over here, actually. You guys have carried the water. I appreciate it. Let's go get out of there, Robbie.
There he goes. Run his feet. There it is. Get him off. Okay. Robbie fighting.
He's fighting Robbie. Now he's got to get that leg out.
He's got to roll.
Hold on here.
There he goes. Fight the hand off. 3 seconds to go.
Oh,
man, that was real close.
All right, here we go. What does Robbie have left in the tank? He's got 30 seconds to ride him out.
He took
whatever he's got. Whatever he's got, I think he's got to give it.
Yeah, you can't let him go here.
Student section on their feet.
Well, I'll throw you off.
Caution green. Caution on Rodriguez there. He started a little early.
I understand why. He's got to have one thing on his mind. Get up. Robbie's not making that easy.
They're out. There we go. We'll reset. 23 seconds left.
Robbie Bruning here in the third overtime against a top 5 4A wrestler in Rodriguez from Columbus, and Brunig taking it all the way about as far as you can go. This has been an even match from the word go. It's got to hold on here. Try to score a point. At least don't let him score one. I think they're going to continue going. Well, sudden death.
Yeah, he can go.
He's got 10 seconds to go.
Oh!
Oh! Oh,
No,
boy,
that
that was
was
6 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds. That was a great scramble, man, by both those kids. 6 seconds here. Robbie's got to go. That's all right. That desperation shot there for Robbie, but great match.
I think Rodriguez got 3 points just at the end.
Yeah, he did there. That that's going to end 5-1, but that's way closer than that score says. And those guys are going to see each other again
For sure.
They're if not sometime during the season at regionals. So
And like what Junior said, it's even if you didn't win it, you feel like you can build on that certainly and get some confidence for Robbie. And if that's a kid with his body the way he is right now and his ability out there, he gets going with that confidence. It can really be tough to stop.
He can't hang his head at that match for sure. That was
Well, I think I see him hanging his head out of exhaustion.
yeah.
Understandably.
I mean that for your second match of the season, that was a great match by both those kids. So
we got a couple more yet to go here in our duel. Right now, Columbus leads at 24-18. They've been close matches. The ones the Trojans have lost, they'll get a little bit of a gap now as a couple of forfeits will come.
that's Braun Stone at 165 for Columbus, and then Dane Merrick at 175 for Columbus. It will be open here, and then at 190, Owen Murphy. Sorry, Owen. Going against Mason O'Banion, the number one kid in 4A, and probably one of the favorites to should be at the top of the podium at the end of the year. So
we'll see what Owen can have in store for him.
Well, Owen had a really good match in his first one and won it.
Yeah.
Battled back in that one and had himself in a couple of predicaments.
This is a different beast.
One thing about Owen, he's got farmer strength.
And right there,
he gets a grip on you. He's not letting go.
O'Banion to high crotch and gets his 3.
We're going to attack.
Yeah. You hate to say it, but
15 seconds, score jumps out 6-1.
This is kind of like a lion playing with his food. O'Banion's just a different kid, that's growing up. He wrestles a lot. He's went to national tournaments. He's a very, very good wrestler.
He's been back here in the hallway pacing for about the last night.
I'm sure he was chomping at the bit because he didn't get to wrestle against Prairie View. So
9-3, just 30 seconds into it.
O'Banion using his head, digging it into Murphy. And that's one
that cradle there.
That's one tactic I was taught by the seniors my freshman year. Just speaking of that,
he's gonna sit back here for the cradle. Get his pin there. Learning experience for Owen there. I think that's O'Banion's. Like I said, we talked about Storm with a different motor.
Yeah. They just tell a kid like Owen, you tell him to go, hey, they don't get much better than that. So now you know the top end. Everything else will be under that for the most part. And he showed it against Prairie View on that one. So 1-1 for Owen Murphy in this one.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't get any better for Girard because this is Cash Smith at 215. He is also ranked. I think he's 4th in 4A, 4th or 5th, going against Trenton Soderman here. And Trenton's wrestling up to 215 here. So.
Trent definitely not going to make it easy on him.
No, and that's what you want out of your kids.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you got the kid comes in ranked or whatever.
Comes in ranked.
If you lose and you make that kid work for that win, that's what we're looking for. So.
And that's for all of athletics.
Yeah. Still nothing here. Smith's trying to return to get the takedown here. We got it.
Score goes 0-3.
Soderman posted up. Another cradle here. And got the pin.
I think that's our last action of the night.
Yep. So we'll have Austin call here at 285, and Columbus will be open. And BJ, that's all she wrote, unless we have some
an exhibition or two.
But I don't see anybody up. Maybe we do, maybe we don't.
I don't know, man. I'll go throw on a singlet.
You want to go wrestle Austin?
Yeah, I'd wrestle him.
I bet you would.
Who knows? Maybe we can convince them. We can convince them to play a game of ankle tag.
Well,
I'll wait until they tell us they're all done, and it looks like they're wrapping things up. And I think that is indeed the case here. I don't believe there's going to be any exhibition matches, and there won't be. And so that's this way this will end. 48-24, Columbus beats Girard in the duels. I think the Trojans, it's match to match, certainly. But even if you look at it as a whole against Prairie has had a long time successful program. Columbus also, they've been building up. The Trojans held their own where they could. And had a pretty good night here, I think, all in all. And certainly early on in the season, we've talked about it. I think that if you picked a word tonight, it would be build.
Right.
Between building the program from the youth level on up through the high school and to building on your season. That's what happened here tonight.
Yeah. And the Trojans have some pieces. We have some pieces right now that are going to do some things. And hopefully next year going forward, we can fill in those other spots. But on the girls' side, we have some young kids that are learning and did some great things tonight for the first time. On the boys' side, we have some guys that have been here before, and some newer guys that should make some noise and hopefully do some things later on in the season and get to that state and instead of taking one kid to state, we're taking 4 or 5. So it's the future's bright. You always say that, but we have some really good pieces, and I think Coach is excited about what we had going
Yeah,
forward.
if I'd grab this meat, I'd say concrete laying, just putting a foundation.
Well, Junior, thanks for joining us, and appreciate your work on the gridiron. Watching you play over the last few years, I don't always get a chance to talk to the kids that we cover, and so it's been great watching you. You got to lose you to graduation at some point, I guess, but you guys had a good run and a decent season, and I wish you the best of luck in all you do.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us, Junior Love. Our guest commentator, Mike Reese, holding down the fort. Appreciate you. Nice job, by the way.
Thanks for having me.
Talked to you yesterday, and we were here today, and this is how it works. This is making TV. I told Bill Call he would get a producer credit for today because he helped hook us up together. So I guess he gets an assistant producer credit for tonight.
I better get some discounts on some tires.
There you go. Go do that. Let's see what you can make happen. Well, we'll be back at it again tomorrow night. Trojans right back here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium to take on the Parsons Vikings. We'll have a girls and boys basketball doubleheader tomorrow. Carson Cobb going to jump on the call with us, along with Caleb Humble will be joining him again, and Sarah Goebel here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. That'll do it for our coverage of Trojan Wrestling. You've been watching all right here on your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.